because he really hates himself, you know. He thinks he should have been bigger in life, but you know, his decisions, man, decisions that he made have kept him working.
You hear the man saying, go get your son. He tell his daddy, go back in the building. Y'all supposed to be here for a celebration. I didn't know Black Sam was a gangbanger.
Well, I've heard both sides.
No, nigga, I remember when they was down there at Money Mike's shop, and he came in there because his brother was in there, and they told him, you can't get in, you ain't from the hood. Get up out of here. He's not from 6-0. But to see him in a parking lot orchestrating fades is crazy. So this is why I don't know what's going
on. And when we say this, right, another thing I, see that Wack is jealous about with certain individuals, that they're able to maneuver like bosses, and they're able to go into the inner city areas without having to worry about the things that he would have to worry about. I think that he's jealous of that. These individuals can go where they want. They can congregate with other people. They can do the peace walk. They can do things, right, that he can't do. I think that's, something that he's jealous of. So, his game is to go at individuals because he knows that he'll never have the ability, to be free. The times that he used to pay individuals to hang out in certain areas, he can never get that again. He's bad. Everybody knows he's all bad. So it's like your money's no good to pay certain people. Even if you was to get up again and be on a different level, your money's no good because your name is real bad. So it's like the things you used to do, you can't do them the same no more. Yeah, you can't do the same things. So you'll never be able to have that again, and now, I really feel like being as though that, he burnt all the bridges with the real business people that come from the street. Now he has to build a relationship with the people on Clubhouse, and they make him feel like he's superior, and those are the people that he has a relationship with. Somebody that claims to be, this big millionaire and stuff like that. The relationships that he's building are with people that they don't know how to run anything. Yeah. All his exposers and these guys don't know how to run anything, man. They don't know how to run anything. Yeah. They know how to look up nothing. The stuff that they do is no business. He found individuals that are happy with being associated with someone that's known, and they're willing to be manipulated because they're happy just to be associated with someone that's known. And some people are just happy to be associated with someone that's known. They just happy, man. As long as they just associate with someone's known, hey, they don't care if they don't make $1. They're just happy to be associated with these individuals. And that's what he has found amongst the people on Clubhouse. You know what I mean? So we can see what it is. If you haven't already, smash that like button, man. Let's get the likes up, man. If you're in the building and you watching the channel, let's get the likes up, so we can spread this around. And now subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Shout out to all of y'all, man. You know, if you're in the building, man, we got 149 people in the building. That like button ain't hurting nobody, you know? You watching the content, man, hit that like button. Yeah, it's not hurting nobody. It's helping the channel. And we would greatly appreciate it. You know, the people that rock with us, y'all know we go hard in the paint. You know, if it's your first time here, that like button ain't gonna hurt you. You know, it ain't doing nothing wrong to you. You know, it helps the channel. You know, I'm here every day delivering the content, and everybody that rock with me know how solid I am and how I break it down to the core. So hit that like button. You know, even if you a hater, you can hit the like button. You know, it ain't gonna hurt you. You feel me? It ain't gonna hurt you. Hit that like button, man. You know, to all the solid ones that have already hit the like button, man, salute to all y'all, man. Straight up. Salute to all y'all, man. Because you recognize that Deezy is putting that work in and delivering the message and keeping it solid with the people. Yeah. We're not over here, you know, running a manipulation campaign so people can be confused. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. Yeah, we just keeping it solid, and that's what we do around here. You know, that's what we do around here. Keep it solid. All the solid ones that, you know, rock with SBGBTV, man, salute to y'all, man. You know, and I appreciate, you know, all the support. You know, if you would like to become a member as well, too, it's pinned at the top of the chat. It's only $3.99. Light work. You know, we go live every day. And Friday the 13th, at 12:01, we will be dropping a song. Yeah, we're going to drop the song Friday the 13th at 12:01. We dropping it. You know? And then we're going to drop another one on the 20th. So we got two back to back. You know, and we looking towards the 27th to drop one. But we going to definitely drop Friday the 13th, March. That's the first song coming out. And March 20th, the next Friday, we're going to drop another one. So, yeah. Deezy is definitely venturing into other things as well. You know, we're going to continue to go live, but we are going to spread the wings, man. You know, we're going to spread the wings. Yeah, we're going to spread the wings. We got to. You know, so it's appreciated when you know, hit that like button and share the live. You know, that's appreciated. You know, because I appreciate everybody that is here that rock with the channel. Facts. I appreciate everybody. You know, I know some people, they just might click on the live and just watch the live. And, you know, some people don't subscribe to channels, but, you know, understanding that we go live every day, you might as well subscribe. You know, you might as well hit the like button, you know, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. Yeah. Smash that like button, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. We know Wack is food fafi.
Going on. We get the call last night. Hey, bro, the nigga Tiny Draws and the nigga Rockstar telling niggas Black Sam is hollering at niggas about trying to get info on y'all. Okay, well, fucking now it's on. I ain't never made the nigga Black Sam content, but your ass finna be content now. You about to be content, and either you gonna answer for it, or you gonna accept it, or it's just gonna be on your name. Don't fuck with me. Hey, look, bro, I don't give a fuck who you are. Ain't nobody above and beyond getting fucked with. You fuck with me, I'ma fuck with you. Leave me alone, bro.
I mean, I really don't even believe that. You know, when Wack says that, I don't even believe that, man. I don't even believe that, man. He said Black Sam is trying to get info on y'all. Like, all the info's out there on you, Wack. Everybody knows everything about you. It's out there. Everybody knows you're working with them people. Everybody knows that you're suspect number 4. Everybody knows you was involved with the no jumper beating. Everybody knows you lined Big U and Loose Cannon up. Everybody knows everything about you. I don't understand. What do you mean they're trying to get info on you? Everybody knows you go to No Jumper and do the interviews. We know you switch the days up. You know, you act like you go every Thursday. We know you switch up the times. We know that's why you don't go live. We know this. I think everybody knows. So when you saying that people are trying to get info on you, I'm like, all the info is out there on you. Yeah. So, yeah, we definitely know what you're doing. You're using that situation so that you can, what you're saying, so you can talk about Black Sam. That's your manipulation. I'm going to say this so I can start talking because you're jealous of the man that he's doing real business. You know, you can't get Snoop Dogg on the phone. I'm willing to bet that again. Wack, that bet is on the table. That you cannot get Snoop Dogg on the phone. That Black Sam can't. I'm willing to bet that. Black Sam can get Snoop on the phone instantly. You can't. I'm willing to bet that. Yeah. You know, I'm going to have to go to Marathon Burger out there in LA and take me a picture out there. I'm going to have to go to LA and take me a picture at the Marathon Burger just because I know Wack can. Yeah, I'm sitting at the Marathon Burger with my SBGBTV shirt on in LA. Yeah, I'm going to go to the other ones, but I got to go to the one in LA just because I know Wack isn't welcome, right? California dude that's not welcome in California, right? You know, Wack is like the loudest dude in California that's really not welcome. Yeah. Straight up. That's really not welcome. Yeah, definitely won't have to go far, the one in New York. Yeah, definitely won't have to go far. But I got to go to the one in LA too. Just because Wack can't go. I got to go to the one in LA and sit down and eat at the Marathon Burger in LA. Yeah. Straight up. Just because, you know, Wack can't go. Yeah. I got to try that one out.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about a burger or fries. I got Uber Eats.
Do you feel like Marathon Burger in general will last the test of time in LA?
They need Karen Civil to go over there and be the face of it, or let Nip's baby mama do it, because this nigga done lost his mind.
So you don't think it'll last?
Laura London and Karen Civil need to step to the front, because this nigga, his name and face is getting bigger, and he don't seem to know that the shit you doing, line pushing, gang banging, let them squabble, we gonna go over here, bodies happening, escort niggas across the street. Bro, that ain't, you ain't supposed to do it like that.
Well, I noticed you didn't like him saying the thing about shitty cuz.
I mean, I just thought it wasn't wise.
So for the people...
You see how Wack is trying to like pinpoint the things that he feels Black Sam has done wrong. All of the stuff that Wack has done on the internet, threatening to unalive people and more stuff, right? The robbery, pistol whip beating outside of No Jumper. Him bragging about it on the internet, right? But he's talking about Black Sam. And you hear what he said, right? Man, he's getting bigger. Oh, man. That right there. You hear what Wack said? He's getting bigger. His face is getting bigger. Wack is getting smaller. Wack has been getting smaller.
He did a P Nice interview and he said basically, well, P Nice getting in his 22-ster bag asked the question, do you wish that Shitty Cuz, who's Eric Holder, the guy who killed Nipsey, do you wish he was still out there on the streets? And Black Sam very convincingly really seemed like he meant what he was saying. He said, no, I wish he was on the streets so that he would get X'd out. Which
now I'm going to ask you,
read into that.
Do you think the lane he's in, Marathon Burgers, he should be saying that kind of shit?
Maybe not, but I don't think it's that big a deal. It's a purely hypothetical situation. This guy's never getting out.
Shitty Cuz still alive. What that mean?
Yeah, but he's locked up.
What that mean?
He's never getting out.
You think people don't get hit in prison?
I mean, I feel like if they were going to get him, they probably already would have done it, right?
No. It's a whole lot of people that was alive for a certain amount of time before they caught up with him.
So you think that he's going to get dealt with?
He shouldn't have never, ever even insinuated that, because now if anything happened to Eric Holder, he got a lane to say, you did it, if he could talk.
But all he said was, if he was on the outside, he would have got X'd out. And I feel like he...
So, we all remember, right? Wack has said several times that he would have something done to somebody inside of jail. He said that. Man, all I got to do is send this to that person inside the jail and I'll have somebody do this and do that. He said these things out of his own mouth. Black Sam ain't say nothing like that. But Wack is trying to insinuate that. Hey, listen. If you think that dude isn't them folks, you tripping. Straight up.
If you want to kill a nigga on the street, you want to kill a nigga wherever he at.
I feel like Black Sam, when he said X'd out, that you could easily read that as him basically saying that he would be excommunicated from the community and not murdered.
That ain't his community. Shitty from 6-0 for real.
Right. But I mean, Black Sam.
He's not from 6-0.
I don't know. I've seen videos on YouTube of people saying that they were locked up with Black Sam and that he was absolutely pushing that. I don't know.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Every neighborhood got people that's for you and against you. Everybody over there don't think Shitty was wrong. Academics did one of the most realest pods the other day. When he said, hey, yo, stop getting at me about this Nipsey shit like he died like Martin Luther King. He died gangbanging.
Yeah.
So if Nipsey would have killed Shitty Cuz, would it have been cool? If the beef is going on, this is gangbanging. So people put this illusion up that is this and no, nigga, this is gangbanging.
If you really want to add to your list of Black Sam offenses, you should also bring up the fact that he tried to fight Brick Baby at ComplexCon.
I don't know what that was about.
Well, it's for sure about the fact that Brick Baby has never said anything bad about Eric Holder and
why would he?
Refused to excommunicate him from his life, even though I'm pretty sure they haven't spoken a long ass time.
Yeah, but why would he? They both under the same name.
That's his bro.
Brick
his bro for real. Like he saved his life.
I bet that water bottle stinks. Straight up. I bet that water bottle straight stinks. I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that water bottle smells bad. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, Brittany done looked out for him, so why would he?
From talking to Brick about it, I get it. Like,
and Brick ain't gonna let a 960 push no line on him. He ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, they're a little tussle at Complex Con.
A what?
A little tussle.
I don't know what niggas got. I know. Hey, look, Black Sam, I ain't never went at you, but you could thank old Tiny Draws and Rockstar, and a few of them back doors is talking to them niggas. Whatever you told them, it got back to us. And your ass is priority number one in exposures. We already got 7 documents. I wait on these last 3. We going up.
Well, I wish him well. You want to know a weird conversation I had with Vlad the other day?
What up?
You know how Vlad loves to say, Big, you never extorted me. He could have tried to extort me. He never tried to do anything to me. He was always a great guy to me.
This guy said he's waiting for 3 more documents and it's going up. Hey, listen. All Wack does is burn more bridges. That's it. You know, it makes sure that individuals know not to do no business with it. You know, I know he's burned a lot of bridges and, you know, people don't want to do no business with him. But when he does the things that he's doing now, it just makes like a guarantee that nobody that's associated with these individuals is ever going to do business with him. Never. I don't think Snoop Dogg is ever going to do business with him. Ever. Yeah. It's nothing you can bring to the table for Snoop to want to do business with you. You know, he said Snoop does business with him every week. You know, these people, nobody wants to do business with him. And I really think that, you know, inside of, you know, the California squad of individuals that are making money, the people that are really making money, not the people that are trying to come up doing YouTube, right? That are trying to find their way doing YouTube. I'm talking about the people that are already established, the guys that are already millionaires, the guys that are paid. I don't think those people are going to do business with Wack because they're already dealing with people that are millionaires that are in California and they know to stay away from the individual. So, you know, the podcasters that are trying to come up, yeah, they might take a shot, you know, because they feel like Wack's going to give them some attention. But the people that are already established, I doubt that they would want to do any business with Wack because you look at how he turns on everybody that's doing better than him. They're doing better than him. He wants to assassinate the character to try to keep his name relevant, to make them look a certain way. And now he's waiting for 3 documents on Black Sam so that he can allegedly expose him. And it's like, he's just an embarrassment, you know, to the people that are from where he's from, you know, Pacoima. It's like, just makes the area look so bad, you know, and we know LA is really not rocking with him.
Which is like Vlad just unnecessarily interjecting himself to that as if he would have firsthand knowledge of Big U's many alleged crimes. And Vlad seems so shocked that when he said that he doesn't believe at all that Big U could have had anything to do with what happened to Nip. And I said,
he didn't.
I said, I'm not so convinced of that.
He didn't.
Personally, do I think that Big U wanted something bad to happen to Nipsey? Probably.
No, not at that time.
Not at that time?
They were back cool. See, if you understand Big U, you know how he moved.
But then why did he call loose cannon?
Cool.
Big U.
You still riding with that? We never saw it.
I was kidding.
So once Big U had Nip back around him, now in his head, he has a conversation piece. Whether Nipsey doing something for him or not, It's a conversation piece. Nipsey is openly hanging out with him. They be on social media, whatever they doing. It's a conversation piece. It's a reach. He can get him on the phone. Long as Big U can get you on the phone, he can make shit happen. I've been on 1 million phone calls where he made shit happen because he can get me on the phone. At that time, did he like Nipsey? No. But Nipsey was back around him. So he don't want to kill off a resource. Don't make sense.
Okay.
He ain't got nothing out of it yet. The Victory Lap didn't do nothing but 50,000 copies. All that went to Atlantic.
So you saying Victory Lap didn't do number 50,000 copies. So why are you taking credit for anything? Because he just said he's taking credit for what success Nipsey had, right? And just check this guy out, right? If you haven't smashed the like button, if you just came in the building, I know you might have just got here, smash the like button. Let's get the likes up, and I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. The like button is important to the channel. We would love for you to smash it. I know some people might watch the content, but don't hit the like button. Hit the like button. We appreciate that. It helps the channel go through the algorithm. It's supporting the channel. It's nothing like smashing that like button so that the content can circulate. Now, when you look at the individual right here, it lets you know something, right? He was close to Big U, right? He knows personal business about Big U, right? It's the same individual that made sure he went down. It gives you an example. So it's like when you see Wack, he gives you an example of why you should watch who you befriend, why you should watch who you deal with, because even though we know Big U was a foul individual, right? We know Big U was doing things as well as Wack. They all was doing things, right? But the example that I'm trying to let people see is that it's always somebody you know. It's always going to be somebody you embrace, because Wack is not going to be able to do anything with Black Sam, right? He's talking about Black Sam and, he wants to act like he's exposing Black Sam so that he can be relevant in the conversation, because Black Sam face is getting bigger. He's being talked about more. So he's going to say things about Black Sam, right? But it's not going to stick, right? It's just going to be for him to get some attention to himself. But with Big U, it was somebody he was next to. So it's sticking because he took him down. So you got to understand this, right? This is something that everybody should understand. It's always going to be somebody next to you that'll destroy you if you get destroyed. Yeah. It's not going to be somebody you don't know like that and you don't be around, and it's just self-explanatory when you see right here. Black Sam is not going to have any effect from WACK100. Not one effect at all. This here is going to help Wack get attention. He's not going to be able to mess up Marathon Burger. He's not going to be able to mess up anything that Black Sam has going on, because we all know Wack comes up with fake paperwork and, he makes up things. So everybody knows this shit, right? So he's not going to be able to affect Black Sam at all. But the person that he was close to, he destroyed him. He annihilated it. He found a way to take him all the way out and destroy everything. Big U fried chicken. But Black Sam's going to be okay. So it's just something that the people should take from this, understanding that if somebody's across town is talking about you, they're not going to be able to do anything with you. Now, if you embrace somebody from across town and you bring them in your inner circle and you befriend them and you start doing business with them and you start dealing with them, you need to watch out. You know, Nipsey didn't do any business with Wack. No. Right? Black Sam didn't do any business with Wack. No. Wack's not going to be able to affect them. You know, he wasn't able to affect Nipsey. You know, so when Nipsey passed, he made it his business to put a lie out on the man. So it's something that people should pay attention to, man. You know, when you befriend people, it's always going to be those people that try to destroy you. It's not going to be somebody you don't know or somebody you don't deal with. They can say whatever they want about you, but they will never affect you the way somebody that gets close to you will.
On Riku, they in the negative. Big U didn't even have he had a pub deal with Nip. He didn't even have a real contract with him. So I don't believe, actually I know Big U didn't have nothing to do with that murder.
I don't believe, I didn't say I thought he did. I just said I was open-minded to the possibility.
I don't believe, look, when I read the paperwork, I didn't know that Big U. Extorting the vendors and shit, I've never seen that kind of shit. I told Eddie Boy, I said, I don't know this dude I'm reading. Eddie Boy say, that's the nigga I know. You know, they did a lot of time together, right? But I really don't believe Big U was extorting victim one.
Who's victim one?
Monster.
Okay.
The one Loose Cannon had the weed shop.
Okay.
Because understanding how victim one moves, he borrows money a lot. He'll come to you and say, yo, bro, let me hold on to 40. I'll give you back 50 in a month. That's what he'll say. When a month come, he'll disappear. Stop answering phones, all this shit. You might catch up with him 6 months later. Where Big U went wrong, but it was still his right. Instead of contracting that and papering it, he probably just gave him the loan. So now when he run into him, nigga, well, my money. Knowing Monster, I ain't got it, bro. Well, what you got? I got 1,500. Big U not finna leave without something. You already been on the move with my money. I believe the money that he was getting out of him was actually money owed to Big U from a loan. Now what Monster did, because looking at the paperwork, he was already a federal informant working because he got caught shipping like 100 pounds to Ohio. I believe he turned around and told the feds, this dude Big U's extorting me. Oh yeah? Well, we gonna give you the money, let us know where you coming to pick it up, and we gonna surveillance that. And that's how it turned into that. I don't
Wack is lying.
know nothing about the other vendors and shit. I don't know.
Wack is lying. They all was extorting Dale. All of them. Straight up. Loose Cannon even, you know, told the story how they was extorting and then giving them the money back, part of the stuff back, and they wasn't taking it all. And if Dale borrowed money from Big U and he sent some people to go get the stuff back, right? Why would he give him part of it back? He would have just took it all. You owe me, I'm taking it all. So Wack is just running with this lie because he's heard other people on the internet say this, right? And I want y'all to pay attention to the game. Straight up. Wack has heard other individuals say this on the internet, right? So he's trying to reiterate it. because other individuals said this, man. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Dude think he's slick, and he's using this platform to try to spin the narrative, the lie. Yeah, nah. Big U was running pressure on them jokers. Wack ran pressure on these jokers. Straight up. They all was running pressure on people, man. That's what they was doing, man. And it caught up to him. Now, Wack knows what's going on with these jokers because Wack been around them. He know how they operate. He was in on it with them, doing certain things. You know how they operate. Yeah. And now that we see that he trying to spin the narrative for whatever reason, it's to throw people off. Nah. Victim 1 was being extorted. Victim 2 was being extorted. At one point in time, Wack was being extorted. Straight up. Wack was paying for his relationships. Straight up. Yeah. We've never heard Wack say Big U paid for anything for him. Not one time have we ever heard Wack say Big U paid his mortgage. But we have heard Wack say he's paid Big U's mortgage. Pay attention. You hear me? You ain't never heard Wack say Big U paid the mortgage for him. Wack was paying the mortgage. Yeah, Wack was buying relationships with these people, man. And when he didn't have the money to buy relationships, he was with the flunky crew, running around, willing to do whatever to be accepted. If we gotta sit outside the club and watch the car. Yeah. When Suge was going in the club, Wack used to sit outside the club and watch the car, make sure the tires was pumped up, and be ready to ride for Suge. Him and the boys was out in the parking lot. They sitting there making sure the car is ready to roll out, tires right. They pumped up. They got the air in there. Yeah, that's what Wack was doing, man. So of course, Wack would hate Suge Knight because of the position he held with Suge. And Suge wasn't giving Wack the ability to get up in the game. Nah, man, sit outside. Suge be in the club for hours. Wack sitting outside the car, man. Making sure that the tires is ready and that they, got room to roll out when they need to, man. So, of course, he hates Suge because he never was able to elevate from being around Suge. He was a do-boy. Straight do-boy, man. Got around Big U. Big U run them stories on him. Yo, I need money for this. Wack, all right, I got you. Big U wasn't paying Wack back no money. Once Wack gave the money up, it's gone. He wasn't paying Wack back. That nigga take Wack money, that's it. All right, homie. Yeah, good looking. Yeah, mortgage due. Yeah, I got you. I'm sure Wack got tired of giving Big U money. His money got low. Big U still wants some money. Yo, you got that paper? We need that. Yeah. And all that cocky stuff that he does on the internet. See, the internet and Clubhouse has gave him the ability to be like cocky like that because he's behind the screen and, he can say whatever. But, when he was in these individuals' face, Wack wasn't like that, man. Yeah, Wack has never been like that in anybody's face. Nah. He with Suge and them, Yeah, he gonna be tough acting because he with them, but he's not the like leader of anything tough, you know. But the internet, he can do that because he's behind the screen. He can sit in the car in the house and start yelling at the people on the internet and Clubhouse, and they think that he's like a gorilla, you know. But nah, man, you know, he's not like that, man. I'm just telling y'all, the dude isn't like that. And I know some people, you know, don't understand. That's why I break it down. Dude ain't like that, man. You know, but what he is like, he gets you indicted. You know what I'm saying? He gets you indicted. I mean, he's definitely like that. Understanding that. You know? Smash that like button. If you just came in the building and this your first time in the channel, man, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. You know, subscribe. Let's get the likes up, man. You know what I mean? So we can get this thing circulating. Appreciate all y'all that rock with the channel, man. You know, appreciate all y'all, man. And y'all know we real consistent, man. You know, we got 2 channels. You know, our other channel, SBGBTV Worldwide. The Worldwide channel is growing. You know, we on our way up. We trying to get that thing up to 20,000 subscribers as well. You know, we're gonna be doing, you know, more content over there, you know, and we're gonna just build it up. So make sure you locked in on both channels, SBGBTV and SBGBTV Worldwide. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We locked in, man, and we ain't stopping. You know what I mean? Let's get back to this, man. Smash that like button if you haven't hit that like button. We appreciate everybody that is tuned in.
But that one, me knowing Big U and me knowing how Monster kind of move, I believe that's what it was, and dude flipped it on Big U. But now, you know, they let him extort Monster up until the day before they made the arrest. Every time he did an exchange is a new count. That's why he's looking at 600 years.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's bad business, bro.
The show.
Yeah, man, you know, Wack was the type of guy, right? When he was running with Suge Knight, Wack would hold Suge Knight's milk while Suge dip his cookies. He one of them type of dudes, man. Suge, yo, hold the milk, Wack. Wack will sit there and hold his milk while he dip the cookies. All right, let me get a cookie. Hold on. Woo! Yeah, Wack gonna hold the milk. Make sure, yo, man, don't move. Hold on, man. I'm trying to dip my cookie, bro. Yeah, one of them type of guys. You know what I mean? And now that he feels like, you know, he got some type of position on the internet, it made him feel like, you know, he has his own gang. He turned into, you know, somebody else. You know, that's why they really don't believe the Joker. You know, he gonna send you to the can now. I'm telling you right now. He gonna send you over there. You know what I mean? So you can't play the gorilla game with him, because he gonna send you straight to the can.
Okay, what else we got here? How do you feel about Quavo? He owes like $3 million.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. You know, make sure you hit that like button too. When you see what Wack is doing, it lets you know what type of individual he is, man. You know, he's concerned about everything else. Everything else with the stuff that he's involved with. You know, he's not going to address none of the stuff that he's involved with, you know, the way it is, you know. And when you hear dude try to convince people that the feds are saying we can't talk to Wack because he's going to not cooperate and he's going to put the stuff out on YouTube, man, it lets you know what it is, you know, because I don't think, honestly, I've never heard of the feds, you know, publicly saying that this person won't cooperate. I've never heard it. Maybe somebody else heard it. You know, if you heard it, let me know. I've never heard of the feds saying, oh, we're not going to talk to this person because they won't cooperate. If you won't cooperate, it's not going to say anything to you. You know, they're not gonna mention you and say that you won't cooperate so that it could be like validating something to people in the world that you won't cooperate. I've never heard of that, you know. So when I see, you know, Wack make up these foo-fafi stories, it just lets me know dude's character, you know, because he wants to convince everybody that the feds is letting people know that Wack, he's not going to cooperate with us. Why? You know, just how the situation when Big U got locked up and Wack say, you see, the feds, they let everybody know we ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, hold up. Like, hold up. I've never heard of this kind of stuff, man. Like, the stuff that he's doing, and it's like, I've never heard of that kind of stuff. You know, the feds wanting to identify to other individuals about one not cooperating and not doing certain things. Why would they do that? They would just ignore that. It's like, to address it for what? Who are they satisfying by addressing it? What would be the purpose? Yeah, like for real, what would be the purpose for the feds to address the public is say a specific individual didn't have no involvement? I've never heard of the feds trying to make sure people knew that somebody wasn't telling. I've never heard of that now. You know, maybe some people heard of it somewhere. I don't know. If you heard of it, you can let me know. But I've never heard of the government specifically trying to make it be known that an individual isn't working with them. I don't know about that. It seems very suspect to me for one to publicly try to like force that upon people, you know, and then try to use the government to say, oh yeah, you see, they saying I'm not involved, they don't want nothing to do with me. Like, hold up. So the government is okay with you making up fraudulent documents that's in representation of them, but then they don't want nothing to do with you. Everything shows you. But you know, Wack is used to dealing with the people on Clubhouse. You know, he's used to dealing with those individuals on Clubhouse. So it's like, I can tell them whatever and they gonna go for it. So, you know, it's basically like he looks at the world as Clubhouse, you know, the internet. And I'm sure it's a lot of people on the internet that can see it. But the people that, you know, have YouTube channels, when it comes to stuff like this, they tend to like go with the flow. Nobody like wants to separate themselves. It's like, well, this person's saying it, well, I'm gonna say this. Because they feel like, well, if they went in the algorithm with it, I'm gonna go with the same thing. When you gotta have your own style and you gotta have your own brain. Nah, I'm not going for nobody telling me that the government is publicly saying that this person didn't cooperate. I'm not going for it, you know. I wouldn't believe it. You know, what would be the purpose? What would it benefit the government? You hear me? Why would it benefit the government for them to say who is not cooperating on the case? Like, why? Who would it benefit? Would it benefit the person that is cooperating? To tell everybody, yo, he's not cooperating? Why? Like, they would just ignore it. If something didn't pertain to the situation, ignore it. But that's the mind trick. That's the mind trick of the bull. Bull try to put the mind trick on people to make them, believe what he wants. But it's a reason that, Wack goes to no jumper every week, right? The feds came to no jumper, and Adam says all they came for was a cease and desist letter. Nah, they came for more than that.